Alright, with 12 through 14, we are solving proportions. And to solve a proportion, you just need to cross multiply. So when I do this, I'm doing 8 times x plus 3, but I got to do the whole top, so I put it in parentheses, equals 4 times 7, but 4 times 7 is just 28. Solving this, I get 8x plus 24 equals 28. Subtract 24. 8x equals 4. Divide by 8. Don't divide by 4 just because it looks nicer. 4 divided by 8 is not 2, it is 1/2. That's the answer to that one. 13 is the same thing. 12 times a minus 6 equals 35. That's 12a minus 72 equals 35. 12a equals 107. Divide by 12. 107 divided by 12 is a nasty number. 8.92. But if you look on the answer key, I leave it as an improper fraction, which is what you should do. You should be able to know how to get that. So there's your answer. It's not a good number, but it is a number. 14 has a lot more x's. We're going to cross multiply still. So 2 times x plus 4 equals x minus 2 times x plus 1. Distribute, so 2x plus 8 equals, I can distribute, but we call that, when we're doing a binomial times a binomial, we call that foiling. So I'm going to FOIL this. X times x is x squared. X times 1 is 1x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. So 1x minus 2x makes negative 1x. So negative x. And then negative 2 times negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. So we have a quadratic going on here. I need to solve it. I need to get x squared. I need to get everything on one side and have it equal to 0. So I'm going to need to subtract 2x and I need to subtract 8. 2x goes with the negative x and the negative 8 goes with the negative 2. So I have 0 equals x squared minus 3x minus 10. Now I see that this is a factoring problem. If you don't like factoring, you can use quadratic formula. I guess you could use completing the square, but it wouldn't be very nice. But I'm going to go ahead and do factoring. Two numbers that multiply to give me negative 10 would be, and add up to negative 3 would be negative 5 and positive 2. And then so I have those two factors. I just need to set both of those equal to 0. Solve those equations pretty quick. X equals 5 and x equals negative 2. There's my answers. Okay, 15 and 16, you're solving for a variable. So a equals L times W times H. We're going to solve for W, which means I just need to get W by itself. To undo the multiplication, I'm going to divide by LH. And that cancels the L, cancels the H. Look, W is by itself. So W equals whatever's on the other side. A over LH. Done. Same thing with number 16. I want to get L by itself, so I need to move everything. But you have a fraction there. You can divide by a fraction, but having a fraction in the denominator is not a good thing. If this was a multiple choice question, you would not see it there. So I need to know how to get rid of that fraction. To do that, I'm just going to multiply by 3. So I'll have 3a equals pi p L. Now it's all multiplication. I'm just going to divide by pi p. I know it's weird dividing by pi, but it's fine. You can do that. So I got L by itself now. L equals 3a over pi p. Done. Okay. 17. You are building a rectangular fence for your garden. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. The rectangle has a length and a width. You have purchased 62 feet of fencing to enclose all 4 sides. So the fencing is going to go here. Hopefully you are seeing that is the perimeter. Distance around, so the perimeter is 62. The width of your garden is 2 less than twice the length. So the width of your garden, which is W, equals 2 less than twice the length. That's 2L minus 2. So now what I can do is I can put 2L minus 2 anywhere I see a W. There's one. There's one. And now I just have to add up all the sides to find L. So 2L minus 2, well there's 2 of those, so 2 times 2L minus 2 But there's also 2 more single L's that all add up to 62. A lot of 2's there, I know. Distribute, you get 4L minus 4 plus 2L equals 62. 4L plus 2L is 6L minus 4 equals 62. Add 4, you get 6L equals 66. Divide by 6, you get L equals 11. So my length is 11 feet. And then if I plug L in to this up here, I'll get the width. So 2 times 11 is 22, minus 2. That would be 20. So the width is 20 feet. And we're done. Okay, number 18, find the area of the shaded region. Well, to do that, I need to find the area of the big square and then subtract the area of the inner square. Okay, so to find the area of a square, you just do x plus 4 times x plus 4. But then we're going to subtract the inner square, which is just x times x. So I'm going to have to FOIL this. So x times x, x squared, plus 4x plus another 4x, that's 8x. 4 times 4, 16. Minus, well, x times x is just x squared. So it actually works out pretty nicely. X squared minus x squared, those cancel, and I'm left with 8x plus 16, and I'm done. 19 and 20, pretty quick here. You're just taking -3 and plugging it in for x and getting a number. So when you do that, you include parentheses. If you watch the first video, you remember those are important. -3 squared is 9. So my answer for number 19 is 9. -4, putting -3 in its place. -4 times -3 is 12, and we're done. 21 and 22, you're writing a function rule for each table. Basically, how do you get from x to f of x or y? So looks like I can either subtract 4 or multiply by -3. Now whatever you do here has to work for all 4 points. If I subtract 4 from 2, that's -2. That's not it. So the rule is not to subtract 4. Let's try -3. I hope you can see that that's the one. So the way you write that, f of x equals -3 times your x value. So to get this value, you take your x value and multiply it by -3. Okay, number 22. How do you get from -2 to 2? You could multiply by -1. -1 times -1 would be 1, so that's not it. How else can you get from -2 to 2? You could add 4. -1 plus 4, yep, that works. 0 plus 4, yep, that's the 1. So y equals, which is the same thing as f of x, y equals whatever the x value is, add 4 to it, and we're done with that one. And we're done with this video.